Hello everybody. Today I'm doing a review of another fragrance which I bought not that long ago anyway. Well, I've been saving it for for another time. I didn't want to review it at once as I usually do. So this is Creed Aventus Cologne. Yeah, flanker to the monstrously popular, famous, and some in some ways infamous also Aventus. Yes, I say infamous because of its, you know, all that trickery with the badge codes and the price. And I actually tried Aventus last year, and I didn't feel actually that it was worth that price. I mean, that bottle, that batch that I tried, maybe it was probably was one of the worst ones, but still, that's the problem. You should not sell stuff if not everything is of the same quality, of course. So this one has in comparison to the original, it has a silver here, see, instead of black. But it's still got the same mirror here and the same logo with Napoleon on his horse, of course. Yes, yeah, when I smelled it, because I had smelled the original, quite some time ago, like I said a year ago, and I had pretty much forgotten what it smelled like. It's not that it was bad, don't get me wrong, but I for that kind of hype and money, and I expected a lot better. So when I smelled this, it instantly reminded me of the original that I tried back last August because they have a quite similar DNA, but this one is of course lighter and fresher. Yes, it is. Yeah, so I mean it's very nice. There's no doubt about it. It actually smells better than the Aventus bottle that I tried last year, but yeah, very citrusy opening. It kind of then settles into more woody and vetiver like scent. This was launched in 2018. It says yes. So it's got top notes of mandarin, orange, ginger, pink pepper, middle notes of vetiver, patchouli, sandalwood, base notes of musk, birch, tonka beans, styrex. I really don't know what styrex is, but the thing with this one is since it's so light, because it is because it's not really cologne when it comes to concentration, but it's a more fresher version of Aventus, so that's why they call it Aventus Cologne. It's pretty much like Viking Cologne. So the problem with this is it's not for all seasons, right? It's best in the summer and when it's warmer. So in the winter, this will not last very long. I mean, averagely, I guess it kind of lasts around well 8 hours, something like that. So it's pretty good, it's not super strong, of course. It cannot be, yeah. So it's not that versatile, You cannot wear it, in the colder months, or it's not really a clubbing fragrance either. It's more like an office fragrance or a more like sort of intimate date fragrance or something like that. definitely. Yeah, I was thinking about all this stuff uh, with Creed and their pricing, and is this really worth that money? No, I would say no, frankly, because this doesn't really. I haven't, as I said, tried. Maybe, probably haven't tried the best original Aventus there is. Probably since so many are raving about it, and not just ordinary people, but these guys who know their stuff, who know their fragrances, because of that pineapple note, and black currant, I think also that makes it so great. Yeah, but also what is sorry, something that makes this so great can also sometimes make it worse in other ways, because all these notes, if they are not done right properly, they can also turn to smelling very unpleasantly. I mean, too sharp, too, when you have a lot of fruit notes, it's pretty hard. I mean, to do it right. So yeah, I mean, all right, these guys they deserve praise. Whoever. I mean, Olivier Cree, of course, he deserves the praise for this. But in the end, I just don't think the prices. This is, for instance, 50 ml. So this is like around 200. Just a second. It's a little over 200 euros, I believe. Just actually, yeah, 210 for only 50. Come on, that's just too steep. And it's like 182 British pounds. And just a second, where's American dollars? Yeah, here it is. 211 American dollars. So, to pay that much money for 50 ml and for a fragrance that is good, but it's not like for that kind of money. It should be first of all super long lasting, a lot more. I mean, this is nice, but it's nothing out of the ordinary, right? It should be a lot more interesting or challenging or whatever, like very adventurous kind of scent, and not just, oh yeah, this is nice. You put a lot of citrus, nice, fresh and stuff like that. But so what? So there are many other fragrances that can do the same thing, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, I don't. I also think that the dry down may not be as good as the opening here, but all right, that comes to your own personal kind, taste. Some may even prefer the dry down, but yeah, I mean, this is good. This is good enough, but is it good enough to justify such a really high kind of pricing? No, I wouldn't say so. Really, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't agree with that. So, I bought it because I actually wanted to own something by this house. I never did before because it's hard to find here. And I'm not really sure if what I found last year was actually the real thing. It looked like the real Aventus, but it's kind of suspicious. It was a small shop. It was at the west side of the city, but still, it kind of looked a little too shabby, to be a shop that was given permission by Creed to sell their own fragrances. it's a little hard to believe. But anyway, maybe it's true, but you know what? I think I have been too positive also in some of my reviews before. I now will try not to be too positive, too delighted about. Because later I found out, oh, you know what, maybe this isn't as good as I thought at first, and I was like, that's why I now don't, I have decided never to make a video about, for instance, the first day or the day after that I buy it, because you cannot know. It takes a little more time than that to really find out what you think, to see all the downsides and upsides, right? So, I was like pretty naive last year when I started this journey, for real. I was naive, yeah. I was like, oh, this is so great. And I've just had it for like a couple of hours, like so stupid. But yeah, we all learn, of course. And I'm tired of doing the same old stuff when it comes to this. From now on, I will not be doing so much of that old same talk that everybody else does. Oh, the opening is like this, and the dry down is like this, and it's not. So anyway, I think this is good enough. I mean, good enough if you got, if you don't, if money is not such a big deal to you, then yeah, go ahead and buy it. But if not, if it is, I mean, if you rather, pay good money for something that you really love and, really can wear almost, at any kind of time of year or day, then I suggest you rather go find something else, because this is not it. This is for people who are, above the elite, who just love prestige, who love these brands, who are very like exclusive and niche and stuff. And yeah, this will definitely keep you smelling nice and, as I said, fresh. And that was the goal, I guess. The goal with this obviously was not to overshadow, try to match the original, but to simply make a fragrance that was a little lighter. So yeah, just another money machine, I guess. But yeah, for what it's worth, it's all right. I would give it like an 8 out of 1. I mean, 8 out of 10 would be pretty good, pretty accurate mark. So that would be all for this time. I guess I talked too much this time, but as I said, I'm so tired of doing all this shallow fucking stuff. Alright, bye bye.